What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU, and fans are still freaking out over that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer.
We should tell him the truth.
Rightfully so, it was probably one of the best trailers that I've seen. And of course, and I can't believe they did this, but they've already teased Patrick Stewart returning as Professor Xavier, along with the Illuminati as well, whose members are probably other major, huge cameos that we can't wait to see. And what this trailer really did show us is that anything is literally going to be possible in this movie. We knew that going into it, but now they've shown us. We have a Maria Rambeau, Captain Marvel, a superior Iron Man, and the Ultron bots that he controls. Different variants of Strange and of Wanda, including zombie variants of the both of them, and an animated world that they're going to visit as well. Signs that Peggy Carter is going to show up as Captain Carter, and Deadpool is going to show up as well. So the big question is, who else can we expect to see? And this is the big and exciting question. So let's talk about it. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So let's just go ahead and talk about who we really want to see more than anyone, and that is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Now, here's the thing. I've talked to my buddies in the community, Paul at Heavy Spoilers, Greg over at The Real Rejects, Chris, of course, at Cosmic Culture, and I've seen the new Rockstar's take on this as well. We all agree unanimously that this is Professor Xavier. It is no doubt his voice in the trailer, not to mention the character rolls up, doesn't kind of walk up, and the silhouette in the back of his head does look to be bald. And most of the internet agrees as well and can tell this is Professor Xavier, not to mention there have been some rumors coming out before this, and this just confirms that. So this is Professor Xavier, and his voice was Patrick Stewart. Now, he might not be the variant of Professor X that we are all expecting, but I'll come back to that in just a bit. What I really want to talk about is his conversation with Marvel Studios and then to the press that he had that made everybody believe that he was not going to come back as Professor Xavier, because the same thing has happened with Hugh Jackman. Now, I just want to clarify, I'm not saying that he is definitely going to be in the movie. I am just saying that now it is definitely possible. Before this trailer came out, everybody was saying that Patrick Stewart or Hugh Jackman were not going to be in the film because they have both said that they are done with the characters. They have retired their characters. They said goodbye in Logan. Both of them did, but look at where we are now. Patrick Stewart has returned. So clearly, whatever Kevin Feige and the people at Marvel Studios pitched Patrick Stewart was incredible and very, very convincing for Patrick Stewart to return and reprise a role that he considered was officially done. And if Patrick agreed to come back, that might convince Hugh to come back as well. Plus, not to mention, it seems like it's pretty much confirmed that Ryan Reynolds is going to be coming back as Deadpool. We believe we spotted him on the poster, and he posted a picture on his Facebook of him in the Deadpool suit yesterday. Plus, Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool, severely hinted that Deadpool is indeed in that poster and in the film yesterday when he tweeted 3 shh faces when comicbook.com posted their article saying that Deadpool is possibly spotted in the newest poster for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is funny on 2 accounts because 1, it's like he is kind of confirming it, but 2, the face that Deadpool is making is the shh face in the poster. And then Rob Liefeld tweeted again stating, "There is no Photoshop, just windows to the multiverse," stating that nobody Photoshopped this trailer and put Deadpool in it, but the glass pieces are just windows into the multiverse, and Deadpool is in one of the glass pieces. And this is coming right from Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool himself. So you have Patrick Stewart, who agreed to come back after he said he's never coming back. You have Ryan Reynolds coming into this movie as Deadpool, who is Hugh Jackman's best friend. Their relationship is hilarious, but there's some leeway here for Hugh Jackman to return. 2 amazing actors and great friends of his are returning in this film, and it's possible that they could drag him along. If he's saying no, perhaps they could change his mind. Perhaps he could do a quick cameo as Wolverine. I'm not saying that he's going to be a part of the Illuminati, but it's clear that they're going to be exploring a bunch of different universes in this movie. So whether Hugh Jackman pops out of a portal and just appears in our universe as Wolverine for a brief second, or maybe not even as Wolverine, maybe just himself. Maybe they don't show the claws, maybe he just appears, says something, and he's gone, much like the cameo where he says, "Go F yourself" to Professor Xavier and Magneto. Or maybe Professor X kind of shows a brief background of what happened in his universe. And while we see that little clip at play of everything that played out, we could see the other X-Men, and Wolverine could be one of them. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it's now a pretty decent possibility. Now, in regards to exactly who we are seeing here, I do not believe it's the exact characters that we've seen in the Fox X-Men movies. I think they're going to be variants, because that was kind of the whole point of Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman saying goodbye to their characters. They didn't want to bring them back. They didn't want to undo their deaths. But this way, with the multiverse, they don't have to. They can play the same characters, but be completely different because they can be from a completely different universe. And that is what I believe that we are seeing here. I think we're seeing a Professor X who's going to be possibly the strongest version of Professor X that we've ever seen. And if Hugh Jackman showed up as well, I think it's going to be a different Logan than we saw in Logan and the other Fox X-Men movies. This way, their deaths are still there. In whatever universe we saw, the Fox universe, that all happened. It all took place. They're dead there. And I've heard a lot of people stating that maybe we'll get a Professor X that didn't actually get shot and hit in the spine, and maybe he's not in a wheelchair. And this certainly is an interesting idea. However, what I think about when I hear this is absolute point in time. We learned about absolute points in time in Marvel's What If, how these points in time can't be changed, and if they are, the universe essentially gets destroyed. And I'm thinking that Professor X being in a wheelchair might be some type of an absolute point. It's kind of like Uncle Ben dying or Aunt May dying now. Basically an aunt or uncle of Peter Parker dying. Kind of like an absolute point there. But perhaps Professor Xavier being shot in the spine is an absolute point in time, because if you look very closely in the trailer, when the character kind of comes up and says we should tell him the truth, you can see that the character doesn't walk up. It's not the movement of somebody walking. It's very, very smooth. It is somebody rolling up. Not to mention, there are 6 chairs noticed in this scene for the Illuminati, but there is a gap in the middle. This gap is most likely meant for Professor Xavier to roll his wheelchair up there, and that's where he sits. And if this is true, that means there are actually 7 members of the Illuminati. Now, of course, we all have our theories about who it could be. Black Panther, Mr. Fantastic, Captain Carter, Maria Rambeau, who is Captain Marvel in her universe, Black Bolt, Superior, Iron Man, Balder the Brave. There's a ton of possibilities that all would be absolutely epic. And who knows, maybe Wolverine is one of those members, but I'm assuming that if he is going to be in this movie, if Hugh Jackman is returning, it's going to be for a quick little cameo. But no doubt, we are going to be getting some epic cameos when we see those members of the Illuminati. Who do you think these members are going to be? Right now, I think the only one that I know for sure to be in the film that I don't have any doubt about is Mr. Fantastic. And of course, obviously, Professor X. But drop your Illuminati lineup down below. And remember, there could be 7 of them, not 6. That space in the middle is clearly meant for Professor Xavier and his wheelchair. So drop your 7 down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the recent news. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.